I honestly struggled with the title of this video, but I felt this title was going to be the best to grab your attention.
You clickbaiting asshole!
Hey bro, chill and allow me to elaborate. So the real title is Whole Food Plant-Based People and Regular People. But that doesn't sound exciting, so whatever. By no means am I saying that a person who follows a whole foods plant-based lifestyle is part of some royal committee that spits on average individuals because of their higher fiber intake. No, my friend, as of the current time, it is primarily a choice that it actually has tremendous health benefits to the individual if it is executed correctly, helps the environment, and most importantly, decreases the amount of unnecessary suffering and death to animals. So the purpose of this video is to focus on that last point, the unnecessary suffering and death of animals. That last sentence in itself is actually not fully accurate, as it lacks detail if you have a better understanding of the atrocities that are currently happening. Just this one time, I'll state the full accurate statement to justifiably describe what we are unknowingly supporting. The true statement is the unnecessary enslavement, raping, suffering, death, and eventual mutilation of animals. Please don't get too caught up in the details. And for the record, I'm not telling you this to make you feel guilty. I'm only telling you this to let you know that this is currently happening. For the sake of time, let's just call it the unnecessary suffering and death of animals, since we get the picture. That being said, let's backtrack a little bit and let's focus on that main key word, unnecessary. Most individuals do not know that all the nutrients the human body needs can be obtained from plant sources. And if you're one of those individuals watching this video right now, guess what? That's okay. We were all there at one point or another. You're only a product of a broken educational system that is influenced by industry, and that is not your fault. I say this because I, like you, used to believe the same corrupt bullshit till a little birdie changed my life. A little birdie forced me to look at myself for what I was because I knew better. I knew for years that humans can get every calorie and nutrient they need from plant sources, but I was unwilling to acknowledge this simple truth because I was in denial, which in essence makes me a negligent hypocrite. And let me make this very clear. I'm not calling you a negligent hypocrite. I'm calling myself a negligent hypocrite. With all that said, why do people who fundamentally understand that consuming animal flesh and their secretions unnecessary still continue to do so? And it is primarily because of one reason: pleasure. It is either through the pleasure of convenience or the pleasure of taste. Now, there are individuals that will follow this preset societal doctrine or even religious belief that I will have to say still falls under the great giant pleasure umbrella of convenience. Allow me to explain. There is a common societal belief that humans are justifiable omnivores because humans have been eating animal flesh and their secretions for thousands of years, so therefore it just magically makes it right to do so and to continue to do so. But therein lies the issue. People have been eating animals and their secretions for thousands of years simply as a necessity for calories because we simply did not know when we were going to eat again. So eating animal flesh and their secretions were simply a source of available calories at that time, thousands of years ago. You see, Walmart, Food Lion, and if you're fancy, Wegmans did not exist back in, say, the year 500,000 BC or BCE, whatever. Now, animal flesh is a great source of protein and nutrients, but is also a horrible source of saturated fat, trans fat, and cholesterol, which promotes atherosclerosis and inflammatory responses, which reaps havoc on our bodies by causing or strongly contributing to diseases such as heart disease, cancer, diabetes, Alzheimer's, and a whole bunch of other diseases. So if you're a person who believes that humans are omnivores, then I ask you, why does eating animal flesh and their secretions make us so sick? If humans are omnivores, then why are trans fat, saturated fat, and dietary cholesterol so atherogenic to human arteries and so disease-inducing? Please feel free to refute that specific statement in the comment section down below. Let's now look at the religious belief in which can supposedly justify eating animal flesh and their secretions, which in reality is really just another excuse to appease our want for convenience. I know it sounds harsh, but before I begin, let me just say that I am a Christian. I'm not the best Christian, I'm not perfect, but I do believe there is a higher power watching over us. That's all. So that being said, do you think this higher power would be okay with humans slaughtering about 70 billion animals every year if it's not necessary? Let's remember this fact. Humans can get all the calories and nutrients they need from plant sources. If you want to refute that, please tell me what nutrients originate in animal flesh and their secretions that we must consume to survive. So I ask again, but with a little bit more simplicity, would a higher power be okay with the human race killing animals not out of necessity, but for the sake of pleasure? I don't think this higher power would be okay with that. Don't worry, I'm not judging you, but he is. This point is necessary to get across because what we're doing is an abomination. Slaughtering 70 billion animals every single year for the sake of pleasure from convenience or taste is objectively, morally wrong, unless you're some type of socio or psychopath. It's horrific for our health, and it is bad for our environment. Whether we want to change or not is irrelevant. Whether we feel bad or not is irrelevant. Whether we care about our health is irrelevant. This is simply inefficient, unsustainable, and this change will have to occur globally if we want the human race to progress. I'm not blaming you. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just telling you to do your own research and you come to your own objective, justifiable conclusion, and please don't be a negligent hypocrite like I was. I welcome you to refute everything I just stated in this video in the comment sections down below, so please feel free to get that comment section popping. In the meantime, if you liked the video, please do your boy a favor and make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Make sure to subscribe so I can keep you updated on the weekly. I'm the Natural Hoaxer. I want to thank you for watching, and please stay tuned for the next one.